All right. So today we're going to look at cleaning up the activity feed. Right now it just kind of has everything, which is not great. So we're going to look to clean that up some. So let me hop over. So we have something that looks like this, where we have a task, and if this has been completed, we can check it off and check it off. And now these things are just sitting here. And maybe this note is no longer relevant, but we can't really do anything, especially since it overflows. So we'll have to look to fix that as well. So what we're looking to do here is having the drop-down menu delete. All right. So let's look at doing that. So if we look at the notes and note, then in here we've got our menu for it. So we've got the pin shortcut, we've got the share, and let's go in here and say activities dot delete. Trash archive link. So we're going to do activity path. This is going to be going to the note.activity. So let's change this to a button too. So there's a button to delete. It's going to be going to the activity path. The method is going to be a put, a patch, and I think we can go params, and this is going to be activity, and we're going to do archived true. And we don't need the turbo stream true because this will be a turbo stream by default. And this should let us. Yep, activity path is in the thing. Alrighty, so resource activities only index. Let's bump it on this update. Alright, and refresh, and let's see what this looks like. This was on the, so we got the archive link. Let's inspect that. Alright, so we've got a form going to activities 21. Method patch. We've got our button yelling at us with the translation. Authenticity and activity archived is true. So that looks good. Okay. So if I come in here, I can archive link, and it's not going to have anything. So let's go to activity controller. And let's add a def update. So in here, we're going to do the activity. So it's on my to-do list to have activities be scoped to the account, which we can't do right now. So that's definitely a security issue, which needs to be addressed before this goes for real. So right now, we're just going to do activity dot find, and this will be params ID. This is a CRMmy authorization. And we're going to do activity dot update activity params, and we want to redirect to so we'll do that, and in our activities, we're going to do a update dot turbo stream, So if we look at this, it's going to be it'd be task 12 or whatever. Okay. So I should be able to go turbo stream. We can do turbo stream dot remove DOM ID of the activity dot source if that activity dot archived. All right. Activity params. That's gonna be params dot require activity dot permit. In this case, it's only going to be archived. Okay. So what's going to happen here is we're going to hit the controller. We're going to unsecurely load the activity. We're going to update the activity, but only the archive parameter. And that doesn't exist right now. So if we go to the activity record, we have a time for a Boolean archived, but that doesn't exist. So in here we wanted to we want to do a Rails G migration add archived to activities. And I'll be using a date time in the back end. So I like a lot often when there's something that when there can be a Boolean value that's toggled. A lot of times we'll have that to be a date time instead. So if you ever want to know when it was archived, you can. Activities archived at date time. Yep, looks fine. This looks fine. Let's Rails DB migrate this. All right. So that all looks reasonable. Let's see if I can do this in first shot with no fuss and no muss. Ooh. That's exciting. It's great when there's no typos. And if I go to the activities, archive that is set, great. So the only thing that needs to happen is when I refresh, this is actually going to come back because I haven't removed it. So that's working as expected. So if I go to the, what are we on? We're on a person. No, so if I go to the activities, if I go to people, show, am I using a helper for, all right, so I'm loading the activities path there. So if I go to activities controller, activities, record is grab the record, activities, record.activities dot unarchived. All right. So this is now going to yell at me. Yep. All right. So let's go to the activity and let's have a scope. Scope archived. Where archived at is not nil, and unarchived where archived at is nil. So if I come in here and I archive it, that's gone as well. And it stays gone. Perfect. So I can grab this exact same thing. So we have our notes. We've got our task. Where it's there, and this is in 2 places, which kind of isn't great. Task.activity. And if I go here, task.activity, and if I go to the emails, and I hesitate slightly on this because, like, should you be able to delete emails? I don't know. But I'm going to let you. Archive. All right. And what is that giving us? Translation meaning activities, archive link. Beautiful. All right. So that all works good. What are we doing for time? 11 minutes. This will be nice and short if I stop here. The only other thing I'd maybe be considering doing is something where we can go and have like a trash bin. So to do that, it's actually a bit of a problem because if we look at the structure, if we look at these ones here, so we want to be able to recover these. But for me to find them, I would need to go to get the archive that, grab the source, and use the source because like how do I know if that is on the account? So if we follow this through, we have the activity, we'd go to the source. The source would go to, for example, the note. The note, it doesn't have an account that you can really get to. We're doing it here by going through the note, activity records first, record, account ID, like, bull. Yeah, that really feels icky. Like, it's nice that it's only putting one thing in one place at once, but it's hard to kind of jump through the hoops to get to the proper thing there. So I did have the thought of putting the account onto every single activity as well, which really kind of makes sense. No, I think I'll stop it there. I think my next up task is going to be moving the account ID. Yeah. You can even see I put here, add account to activity directly. And like, yeah, that's going to help for this. That's going to help for doing a search. It's going to help for my authorization. There's I think 3 or 4 places right now where I'm kind of cheating on the authorization. Yeah, so I think that having that account on the activity itself is going to be crucial for moving forward, just to avoid jumping through 57 joins to get where I need to go. Yeah, so that's probably what I'll be doing next. So that will give me the account ID to work with that to let me do a trash type concept for the next video. After that, my next thing I want to be doing is if I come into here with nothing on it, because none of these have things, when I check this off, you're going to have a big long list. I'm thinking about adding a filter in here that says hide completed tasks. So we can already hide all tasks, but having hide completed checked off would be nice, just to kind of clean this up a little bit. So that's what I'm considering for kind of the next next step, a couple of things. All right. Well, have yourself a great weekend.